but he's the president of the city council, and I'm glad and an honor to introduce the honorary Mr. Ernest Trippy, city council president.
I don't know if I deserved all that, but I appreciate it. Yeah, we go way back. How's everybody doing? All right. Everybody all right? Let me take this off. Just want to say good afternoon to everyone. My name is Trippy Congo. I'm the president of Wilmington City Council. Extremely excited, very honored to be here today, just to be a part of this celebration. I mean, I've been always, we kept in contact for so long, and you have just held this monument at a level that very few have, you and your organization. And just the love that you have for the city and for the black veterans that will never ever go unnoticed. I just want to appreciate you for never letting us forget. When I say us, I mean officials, the community, just people who live and love Wilmington. Just thank you for everything that you all have always done. Thank you so much. Now, there is nothing more important than honoring the individuals who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. So we're gathered here because of the black veterans who lost their lives for the love of a country that did not always love them back. And we realize that. They were prevented from owning land. They were denied access, and when they stood up for themselves, oftentimes they were attacked, but still they loved this country. So our veterans are heroes and should be supported and recognized by all levels of government. The work that you do through the National Association of Black Veterans, Chapter 94, as I said, would never go unnoticed, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. You're the advocates for the brave men and women who put country above justice, who put country above self, justice above hate, and loyalty above self-preservation. And again, to that, we thank you. And I'm just so, again, just so humbled just to be here today to help you to celebrate this moment. I'm going to read a resolution, and it's sponsored from everyone on City Council. Whereas Wilmington City Council wishes to recognize and honor the heroes who died in active military service, World War II, Vietnam, and all the veterans, along with the National Association of Black Veterans, Chapter 94, for their bravery, their sacrifices, and their vital role they played in maintaining our country's freedom and preserving peace. And whereas African Americans have served in every American war, yet recognition for their service is absent. For the past 52 years, the National Association of Black Veterans has applied for benefits and has been working to change this lack of recognition. NAVAS was created to help ensure that the veterans who come out of service are not lost and try to help them to lead a healthy life. And whereas NAVAS Chapter 94 has been hard at work for the past 7 years to help veterans receive the respect they deserve from society and to lead a peaceful life. They fight to empower black veterans in our state. They also work to bring awareness to Delaware citizens by advocating for the many black veterans who served and gave their lives for our country. And whereas the African American Medal of Honor Memorial, located right here at 1021 West 18th Street in Wilmington, was dedicated in 1998 by the African American Medal of Honor Association. This is the only memorial dedicated to all the African American Medal of Honor recipients from the Civil War to the Vietnam War. The memorial is on the site of the 2021 Memorial Day ceremony to pay our respects to all veterans by placing a wreath at the Medal of Honor statue. Now therefore be it resolved by the City of Wilmington City Council, we applaud the members of the National Association of Black Veterans for your commitment to honor our military men and women and we sincerely thank you for our service. Thank you for your service. Thank you so much. And I had a conversation. You know, it's funny, you know, growing up in Wilmington, and never really paid attention to that statue. Not something that I'm proud of, but I've always, you know, through our conversation, I've always thought that statue and that monument needs to be a part of the curriculum of our public school system. That's how significant I think it is. It's the only one in the country. And I was talking to past president and council member Norman Griffiths one time, and he told me, just like you all know, just like we all know, just like our resolution just read, just the resistance that he received and council received on where to put that monument. It's a shame that our city did not just embrace the monument. And it's put in. I don't think that this was the first location. This was not the original location where it was supposed to be. That's what he told me. It was supposed to be a little further down in the Triangle area, and that community just did not want it there. And it just goes to speak of how much work that still needs to be done to make sure that our veterans and that our city just realizes how important not only the veterans but African Americans are to our history. So I just want to thank you again for your steadfastness and for just keeping the memories alive of our fallen soldiers. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. We have a special speaker today. Just met her. The dad was a World War II veteran. And we are here today to celebrate World War II veterans. And Miss Washington made a donation to NAVAS a couple years ago before I even knew who she was. So at this time, I'm going to introduce Miss Wanda Washington, and she has a story to tell about her father, who was a World War II veteran.
I never saw this man before. Actually did. He doesn't know this, but in 2017, I was in Staples preparing for a presentation on the Tuskegee Airmen, and I have a card from you from 2017, and we spoke at like 7 o'clock at night in 2017. Okay. Oh my gosh, fantastic. And I was creating a museum display for Blanca Airfield. Anybody familiar with Blanca Airfield? And okay, you need to check it out. Check it out on the internet, Blanca. It's where the Amazon property is in that area. It's a hangar there. But anyway, I was doing creating a Tuskegee Airmen display for them. And I ran into this gentleman that evening. He said, "What are you doing?" I told him what I was doing. Okay, so that's that. I'm an Army brat. I'm a former Philadelphia high school teacher. Before that, I was in private industry, sales with IBM. As a matter of fact, in the 70s, giving my age away, in the 70s, I was an expediter for Avon on the East Coast, and that building shut down, so I'm a true senior citizen. But anyway, as a teacher, and I was a business ed teacher, but I realized teaching, when Veterans Day would come around in the schools, it was like a holiday. Nobody knew what it was about, you know. So, but make a long story short, I retired from the school system, but I came across a story of the Tuskegee Airmen in like 2015 or 16. I went, my goodness, I didn't know this. And I'm an Army brat. So I started doing research, and after that, I started putting together presentations. And I started speaking at whoever let me speak. But I did several presentations at Bear Library, and they were awesome. They supported me fantastically. And so this past year, a teacher in Philadelphia, we were talking, and I said, you know what, let's do a little bit more, create a little presentation that you can present in your classroom, and we'll work with you to do the lesson plan and everything. Fast forward, I'm doing the research so we can get this presentation together, and I come across the story of the Vietnam vets and the black vets who returned from war and didn't have access to the benefits of the other veterans. And I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute, how could that be? So I read the story and I started taking notes, and I went, okay, that's the next presentation, 2021. So we put the presentation together for Veterans Day, and it's a really great presentation. We're going to get it together and put parts of it on the internet and probably on Facebook as well. Just got to tighten up some things and fine tune it. And it really is, if I may say so myself, we did a great job. Anyway, so when I came across that story in the National Association of Black Veterans, I looked, I said, I wonder if Delaware has a chapter. And I saw the logo, and I went, wait a minute. And I looked in my old file, and I saw Commander Lewis's card. I went, this is destiny. This is destiny. This is supposed to be. So I kept quiet, but I sent a donation in memory of, in honor of my mother and father. Oh, let me just read this. This is the cigarette lighter that my father got after, and it says, Charles A. Washington, Captain, Transportation Corps, 49th Transportation Company Light Truck Division, Korea, 1956 and 1957. So, yeah, that was his thing. They passed now, but and Hattie Washington was right with him. That was my mother. So we ended up. I almost was born in Alaska. Made it across the border. Ended up being born in Seattle, Washington. My younger sister was born in France. Okay, so I'm a true Army brat, and we were in California when my father served in Korea. Well, we've lived all over. I claim Hampton, Virginia as home only because my father was stationed at Fort Eustis, and I remember going to the bases for groceries and things like that, you know, Fort Monroe, Fort Eustis, Langley Field, all the Air Force bases. I grew up around that, so as an Army brat, I still claim Hampton, Virginia as my as home. There's a lot of military bases down there. As a matter of fact, I'm a member of the Tidewater chapter of the Tuskegee Airmen, and if you haven't noticed, this is a P-51 Mustang that the Tuskegee Airmen flew, okay? And these are the 6 principles that they were trying to get into the schools, okay? All right, so if you look at, we're updating our website, historyforreal.org, and there is an excellent, very rich curriculum about the Tuskegee Airmen on the CAF.org website. I'll share more information with that. But what he doesn't realize is I really want to collaborate with the NABV, this chapter, so we can get more of the information, the teaching materials into the classroom. The teaching material is already there. I didn't make this T-shirt. Okay, commemorativeairforce.org has an entire curriculum. If you go on the website, redtails.org, you will be amazed at what's available for teaching. But how do you get into the classroom? Teachers are already overwhelmed. The curriculums are unbelievable. That's whatever state you go to. Even though I left private industry, I ended up teaching in Philadelphia for 25 years. And I can tell you, if you look at our website, one of our missions is to come alongside teachers, not to dump it on them and say, this is what we want you to teach, this is something else, this is coming from the left, this is coming from the right. We're saying, guess what, teacher? What do you want to do? We'll write this up for you, we'll help you with your lesson plan, and you just present it. And if you want, we'll even come in and say hi to the kids and show them some nice pictures, okay? So, I wasn't supposed, first time I met him, so I'm a little nervous, but glad to meet you in person, and going forward, I hope we can collaborate in a lot of activities and bring the kids together. Really want to get this into the classroom and to different...
Council President said, so that's right on to what he just said. Huh?
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So, all right, folks, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Washington. For those that don't know, NAVAS, National Association for Black Veterans Incorporated, is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're here to provide services, advocate for all veterans, regardless of the color. So we help all veterans. We have offices at 1212. We have an office in the VA where we process claims, and we also meet at Kingswood Community Center. Currently, we're in the process of moving NAVAS headquarters to Continental Drive, but it won't be until probably sometime in June. So we will be moving our headquarters down in Newark, hopefully within the next couple of months. We meet the third Saturday of each month. For those that have an interest in joining at 10 a.m., we have some membership packets on the table for those that have an interest. And we do provide a variety of services to all veterans. So anyone that knows a veteran that needs any type of help, you know, you can call. My number is 302-345-6911. Again, we have cars. We have a social media outlet, NAVASDE.org. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and a few other things. So for those that have an interest to find out what NAVAS is about, we do have some social outlets that you can go on and research us. At this time, I was waiting on, I guess, Commissioner Baldwin, the chair. He's not here at the time, so I'm going to ask the manager of the park if she'll get up and say a few words. Lisa?
Put me on the spot here.
Lisa? She's the manager of Brandywine Park, which is a state park. Huh?
I do it, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I wasn't prepared to speak either, but on behalf of Wilmington State Parks, we do manage Brandywine Park. They are city-owned parks, but we manage them. Couldn't be more honored to manage these monuments, especially the African American Medal of Honor. Nolan keeps us on our toes with the maintenance out here. We did invest some money this past year in this monument to secure it, seal it up. It was having some water damage and some ongoing problems, so we've improved the lighting and things like that out here. So we are honored to have this in our park and honored to manage all these monuments. And your hard work and dedication to this is awesome. It really is. And some people could give up on this type of thing, and you guys don't, and you just keep fighting to make it more visible to the public and get it into schools, and education is extremely important. And I'd like to see that the fire's kept alive on this. So great job to everybody out here. So honored to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
I just wanted to say something.
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Camarella.
I wanted to say it with you, actually.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Over here.
I'm sorry.
As Commissioner, I want to especially thank Commander Nolan Lewis, because he's brought so much educational awareness of NAVVETS. I'm going to be honest, I honestly didn't know what NAVVETS stood for. Okay. And I learned through you and your organization. And it was described earlier as being a gem, and it is. And I really appreciate you bringing the awareness for our African American veterans. So thank you so much. And now that he's on the commission, a lot of us commissioners are more aware of your organization, and he is the first to volunteer. Let me tell you. So they were saying, we're looking for volunteers for this committee and this committee. He goes, I want to be, which one did you volunteer for? Legislative committee. So not only did he hit the awareness of this organization to the DCVA, now he's being part of legislation where he's going to be helping to write bills and laws and bring it up to a higher level. So I just want everybody to be aware where he's taking this organization. Imagine it started with seven Vietnam veterans, and look where it is today. So I want to say thank you so much for your role and bringing it to my awareness and so many others' awareness. So can you give him a round of applause, please? Thank you.
Come on in out of the rain, please. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Huh? Thank you. Was not even expecting that. Huh? But again,
thank you for all you do.
I'd like to thank everybody, all the veterans are coming out. This year we've started a membership drive. We have 6 new members. I have a couple of with me today. I'm going to ask one of them, because I'm doing an ad-lib today. Yeah, Kevin, you're going to speak today. He's saying, no, we'll just stand up and say a couple of words, Kevin. That's all. He's one of my newest members, Kevin Hope. One of NAVVET's newest members, huh?
My name is Kevin Hope, U.S. Army veteran, combat engineer. Someone came to me and asked me if I wanted to join. I was, we put the head back up a little bit. Years ago,
Yes, sir.
years ago, NAVVETS adopted me for the holiday.
Help everybody, huh? Take your time.
Christmas dinner. But they gave me the money, gave me a gift card, a significant amount of money. And I cooked dinner for, I live in New County. So my floor has excellent Christmas dinner. Excellent Christmas dinner. It's all thanks to all in that day. I want to thank them for that. And the other day, I sat in his office and he didn't ask me. I'm going to be.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more honored. That's all I got to say. Thanks very much for coming out.
Thank you, Kev. Thank you, man. Thank you. At this time, Dennis Summers, past commander. Go ahead. Your turn. Your turn, sir. Your turn.
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and supporting NAVAS, Delaware Chapter 94. And I'm not much of a speaker, but, you know, he threw me underneath the bus just now, as you can see. But anyway, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Keep coming supporting us. Don't forget, stay safe. Thank you.
Oh, man, that's so short.
Oh, they want to know if you want to Puerto Rico,
Okay. At this time, anyone else? Before you speak, this afternoon we did things a little differently. So instead of having top-heavy legislators, I want to invite a couple, and the rest I want the veterans to speak, because this is our day. No offense, sir, but this is about the veterans, so thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Are we out there? Right? Yeah. So repeat after me. Community.
Community.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Connection. One more time. Community.
Community.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Connection.
Connection.
And oftentimes we hear people get so excited about this weekend because they view it as that thing that ushers them into summer, and you hear them echo the terms of Happy Memorial Day. This thing is about reflection and most certainly remembrance of the fallen. Now, I don't know how many of you out there have lost a veteran. I lost a veteran a couple years ago now. Whenever someone has me reflect on a veteran that meant something to me as it relates to loss, for Memorial Day, Master Sergeant Mariella McMillan retired. That's the one that comes to mind because, man, that was such an unbelievable and hard loss. I don't know how many of you knew Master Sergeant McMillan, but, man, she was an inspiration, man. She would literally make you glow in the event that she's seen you not glowing, man. She would just have that community, that camaraderie, that connection with us. Rather than, a happy Memorial Day, man, how about we echo the name of a veteran that we've lost? Remember the fallen. Master Sergeant Mariella McMillan. Again, my name is Freddie. I'm from the Department of Veterans Affairs Veterans Readjustment Counseling Center, or VETCENT. What we do is we provide readjustment counseling to veterans that have experienced trauma. We also provide these services to the immediate households of those same veterans that have experienced that trauma, so that they have the opportunity to heal together. Because again, this whole thing about coming back into community and experiencing camaraderie and feeling connection is vital. Because that's what it means to be family. That's what it means to be, military family. Myself and my colleague here, Valerie, from the Department of Veterans Affairs, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Man, we have the most amazing opportunity that you provide us each and every day to connect with veterans and their families and make that type of difference, to make the difference of connection, community, camaraderie be a thing that is felt, that's experienced. I don't know how many of you have veterans in your households, those that are still actively serving, those that have since, transitioned into whatever normal civilian life is supposed to be. But if you've got veterans that are in your household, if you've got veterans that you know, that you make contact with in the community, what are the things I ask you to do? Let's make that connection. Sit with them. Talk about what's going on. Just like the song goes. asked about services or resources or ways in which, and you can most certainly come around and as it relates to what they're experiencing right now in today's climate, because it is changing. It feels like sand, because it's a thing that feels far, far less than stable. But it does not mean that we don't have within us the capacity to establish and forge that community, that camaraderie, that connection with our veterans in the household. So whether it's my colleague Valerie Camarillo out of Department of Veterans Affairs, VHA or Veterans Health Administration, or me over at one of our vet centers, our Veterans Readjustment Counseling Centers, all we want you to do is just walk in, reach out to us, bring your veteran or share the information that we have with you, with that veteran so that they have the opportunity to heal. I want to thank each and every one of you for this opportunity to share this little bit of information with you. And man, a veteran, lost a veteran, and allow this weekend to be something that resonates with remembrance. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thanks. At this time, I'm going to pass the mic off one more time to another one of our new members that just walked in. Her name is Rhonda Hill. Rhonda, you want to have a few words?
Hi, I'm Rhonda Robinson. I work for the Philadelphia VA and the Vet Center Services, just like Fred here. Okay, I'm trying to get to Wilmington, but for now I'm serving up in the Philadelphia area. And that doesn't mean that you can't come there just because you live here, because I live here and go there. So, we open, we ask that if you have veterans that are in the community, to ask them to come out and talk to us. Oftentimes we see veterans that have problems and they don't have anybody to talk to about them. They hold it in. So we find a lot of depression with our groups of veterans. The Vet Center is usually monopolized by the Vietnam veterans. The Vietnam veterans is 80% of our population. But they consume 80% of the services. But they're not 80% of the population, but the older vets are the ones who utilize the services. Unfortunately, when veterans are young, they come out and they still feel invincible. They don't start to feel the war wounds and the trauma until it starts to seep into their lives and somebody tells them, look, you need to get help. So we have to go out oftentimes and find them, bring them into our centers, and so that they can get the help that they need. The funding is out there, the programs are out there. We just need the population to come in. And we've been in war for like 20 years almost now, 19 years. So we have, hopefully, some of the younger veterans will be coming into the Vet Center soon. And if you know any that you feel might need some help, or just tell them to come into the VA and get connected, get in our system in case they need help. It's better to be prepared and not need it than need it and not be prepared for it. So tell them to come on in. All they need is a copy of their D-214, and they can come in and get the services that's needed. And thank you, Nolan, for telling me about the affair.
Thank you.
All right, I'm sorry I'm late. I had a group this morning. I had to do that till like 12:30, and then I said I'd run down here. Thank you. All right. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. I'm waiting on someone to bring the reef back, because we are going to lay a reef. So 5 minutes, then we'll start back again, but I'm waiting on to bring the reef back, then we're going to lay a reef on this monument. Snacks? Yes, sir. Fred. Ready? Snacks, water, drinks on the table. Information available if you need it or if you want it. Junior!